Well, what sense did you make of trade at the NSE today?
Hello, Alicia. Today, the market continued with a southward performance as we saw the all-share index lose 10 basis points, and this is the third day of consecutive decline in the market. Generally, the highest value of trades took place in the banking sector, where the topmost trades were in First Bank, GT Bank, UBA, and Guinness also was on the chart of the highest value of trades. We saw the stocks like UBA, Nigerian Breweries, Presco, Dangote Flour, and Ashaka Cement actually trade limit down today, while stocks like First Bank, Oando, and 7-Up actually traded limit up today.
So just some divergent information coming to the fore from the graphs reflecting a positive day, but you're reiterating that it was a negative day on the NSE. Let's focus on the positive, though. You're saying Oando's finished limit up today, closing the full 5 percentage points higher. The closure of its rights issue really making headlines. The firm managing to raise 21 billion naira. Let's go through the reception it received. Any surprises on the uptake, where it was 28% oversubscribed?
Yes, the result of the Oando rights issue was particularly impressive. If you look at the background, that over the last 2 years, the market has actually been losing value. So there's general investors' apathy towards equity. And as a result of that, most of the other companies that have come to the market actually didn't end up raising as much funds as they would like to raise. Hence, they would have to take in the underwriters into the picture so that they can actually get the full amount required. However, in the case of Oando, Oando has been able to raise 128%, which comes to about 26.8 billion, whereas the company planned to raise just 21 billion. So in our opinion, this is a show of overwhelming support and investors' confidence in Oando as a company.
Well, of course, we've got Oando as a dual listing on the local bourse and the Johannesburg Stock Exchange as well. Let's take a look at the performance of Oando on both these markets. Starting off right there in Nigeria on the NSE, we had Oando, if we can have the graph up on screen right now, trading the last time I checked around 123 naira 06. It was up 4.94%. There we have it, 123 naira 07 cumulatively over a 1-month period. This counter trading close on 52% to the good. Right here in South Africa on the JSE, looking at the share price of Oando there, we've got that counter having climbed over the 1-month period 31.3%. So really positive momentum that's behind the stock at the moment. All of this, Jide, not very long after we saw shares here rise steadily after the company reported a 26% gain in pre-tax profit and said also that it would pay a dividend of 3 naira per share. So let's look at the fundamental support this company enjoys at the moment.
Yes, Oando is still a very attractive company in the petroleum and marketing sector. Oando is a well-diversified company with about 5 subsidiaries playing within the downstream and the upstream sector of the petroleum marketing industry. Now, we've seen that Oando also has a very well-diversified and dedicated management team. They have a very strong brand name. We've seen Oando continue to post growth. We have a CAGR, that's cumulative annual growth in revenue of about 50%. So generally, Oando is a company that is doing very well, growing both the top line and the bottom line of their financials.
As we saw, though, over the 1-month period, we've seen this share price climb 52%. What are you making of current valuations where that share price is sitting at 123 naira 07?
It's interesting to note that even at the current price, Oando is still very, very attractive. It's actually our best play within the petroleum marketing sector, as we expect Oando to be able to grow its revenue this year. You remember the 2009 PAT was just over 10 billion. We expect them to post a PAT of over 13 billion this year. We see Oando is actually trading at a projected earnings of just over 8%, whereas the industry is trading at over 12% times earnings. As well, their dividend policy, though they pay out just 35% of their dividend, we still see that Oando is very attractive in terms of income to investors, because their current dividend yield is just over 9%, whereas the industry is just over 7%. So overall, Oando is still very, very attractive, and we think that they will be able to maintain their earnings growth. We think that the company will remain very profitable. We also expect that as soon as they begin to deploy the proceeds of the rights issue into their expansion in the upstream sector, they would be in a position to actually grow earnings much better and then pay better returns to investors.